Industrial Management, University Malaysia, Pahang Al Sultan Abdullah. I would like to warmly welcome all participants, including our MBA students, undergraduate students, lecturers, and invited guests. This evening, Alhamdulillah, with Get BS theme, UMPSA, we have a very special industrial talk titled From Distortion to Direction, Aligning Supply Chain with Corporate Strategy. My name is Ahmad Fauzan bin Ahmad Faizul. I'll be your moderator for this evening. Before this session begins, we kindly request that all participants please make sure that you keep your microphones muted during the whole presentations. Use the chat box appropriately to share questions at any time and ensure your connection is stable. Later during the Q&A section, students, especially those from the MBA and undergraduate programs, are strongly encouraged to participate actively by raising your hand or dropping your questions in the chat box. So, all right, let's get back to our motive tonight. First and foremost, we are delighted to have with us tonight several distinguished academicians. Firstly, our Associate Professor, Dr. Fazida binti Muhammad, and secondly, Dr. Nur Ruqyah Hanum binti Mat Harum. Both of them are specialized in the supply chain realm and the logistics area. Thank you to our esteemed lecturers for joining and supporting this event. Next, with a very special guest that I would like to introduce, Mr. Mohd Firdaus Ibrahim. We're joined by a man, an alumni of UTEM, USM for his degree and his master's degree respectively, whose mind and work operates nearly 3 decades of experience across the aerospace and semiconductor industry since 1998. 2/3 of it currently with an aircraft manufacturer company. Mr. Firdaus is an all-encompassing guy, an all-encompassing person, corporate person, currently the head of Supply Chain Management Division, CTRM AC Sdn Bhd. That's the name of the company. He's climbing the corporate ladder and transitioning within the company. He has led major supply chain transformations, digitalizations, initiatives, tender optimization, supplier localization, and strategic procurement programs, saving millions of ringgit, saving millions of dollars in costs for the company he gives his service to. And all of which directly relate to tonight's topic. So without further ado, Mr. Mohd Firdaus Ibrahim, it's an honor to have you with us tonight. Sir, welcome. Let us begin with his sharing session. Mr. Firdaus, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good evening to our moderator and those lecturers that involved and all students, okay, in UMP. Okay, let me share. Is it my mic clear enough? All right. Okay.
Yes.
All good. All good.
I have done some presentation. Okay. All right. All right. Is it my slide is clear enough? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let me start. Okay. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Mohd Firdaus Ibrahim. I've been, I think, in CTRM is almost, I think, 21 years. Okay. And also have a background on semiconductor. I start as a process engineer, okay, in ST Microelectronic more, and then further ado I go to Motorola Semiconductor in KL, and I joined CTRM at 2005. Okay, so I'm not start as a supply chain, but I have many roles. Okay. In the I think in the CTRM, before I joined as a head of supply chain management in 2018. So in supply chain management division, so under me is a procurement, supplier management, logistic and warehouse, and legal is under my division. Okay, all right. Let's stop that. Then we go straight to the topic today. From distortion to direction. Okay. The last decade has fundamentally redefined global commerce. Persistent turbulence ranging from the profound impact of the COVID-19 pandemic to increasingly unpredictable geopolitical tension has exposed the critical vulnerabilities inherent in global supply chain. Organizations worldwide have navigated an extraordinary series of disruption, proving that operational continuity cannot be guaranteed without embedding resilience into the strategic core of the business model. Despite this clear lesson, evidence suggests an alarming strategic inertia across the region. A significant resilience deficit exists, wherein up to the 89% of business in the Asia-Pacific region still report a lack of resilience across key strategic dimensions, including the diversification of product, suppliers, customer, and transportation option. This gap between strategic awareness and operational execution underscore the necessity for the immediate and decisive action. The strategic pivot required today demand that supply chain management be transformed from a reactive, logistic-focused cost center into a proactive, integrated driver of corporate resilience, competitive advantage, and long-term business feasibility. The Malaysian corporate sector is uniquely positioned to achieve this transformation, capitalizing on global value chain realignment by consciously designing supply network that can scale and adapt rapidly to future stock. The complexity and the severity of contemporary global risks have elevated supply chain management to become an unavoidable company-wide management agenda item. So stakeholders are demanding changes that move beyond traditional optimization metrics of quality, cost, and delivery times, recognizing that the supply chain is deeply exposed to increasing geopolitical risk, rising corporate responsibility towards social and environmental issue, ESG, and rapidly changing client needs. This transformation is no longer peripheral, it is integral to sustaining competitive presence in global market. Strategic global supply chain management involves the holistic integration of business goals with long-term supply chain planning. This proactive approach encompasses crucial elements such as mandated supplier diversification, rigorous scenario forecasting, end-to-end digital transformation, and advanced performance analytics. It's all aimed at establishing a resilient and adaptable supply network. However, a fundamental disconnect often occurs at the executive level. While CEO universally view supply chain risk as top 3 threat to business continuity and growth, the parallel failure of firms to achieve resilience goals reveal a deeper issue in capital allocation. This indicates that while the risk is clearly identified at the highest strategic level, the corresponding culture and financial commitment required to implement structural, non-cost efficient solutions such as strategic redundancy in sourcing and capacity Therefore, true strategic alignment necessitates a fundamental shift in capital prioritization, relocation fund away from the maximized short-term cost against toward investment that bolster long-term operational viability and risk mitigation. The premise that Southeast Asia manufacturing base could thrive simply by producing goods cheaply and shipping them globally ended around 2025. Global policy shift now demonstrate that industrial engineering has pivoted toward strategic infrastructure with international bodies like Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, emphasizing that supply chain must be treated as part of economic security architecture. As a result, root and nodes that were once considered quiet cost center have quickly become significant vulnerability hotspot. This transformation has direct negative consequence for Malaysia, which is often caught in the crossfire of tariff weaponization by major trade power. Specifically, the United States has introduced transshipment tariff, applying levies of up to 40% on machinery, electrical equipment, and other goods routed through Southeast Asia that are perceived to facilitate Chinese exports. This affects crucial component producers in Malaysia, Vietnam, and Thailand, whose upstream supply chain often rely on Chinese tooling and material.
Mr. Firdaus, I think you're muted, accidentally muted probably.
Now, okay?
Oh, yeah, good.
All right. My last is one. Just muted or?
Just muted about a few seconds.
Just muted.
Correct.
Okay, all right, okay. So okay, this transformation has direct negative consequence for Malaysia. Okay, is it already? Never mind. I repeat again, which is often caught in the crossfire of tariff weaponization by major trade powers. Specifically, the United States has introduced transshipment tariff, applying levies of up to 40% on machinery, electrical equipment, and other goods routed through Southeast Asia that are perceived to facilitate Chinese export. So these affect crucial component producers in Malaysia, Vietnam, and Thailand, whose upstream supply chain often rely on Chinese tooling or material block. The resultant knock-off effect include significant compliance burden, elevated input costs, and substantial sourcing uncertainty. Malaysia's approach to weathering this shock has been defensive yet strategic. The nation leverages its position as a highly diversified, reliable partner, providing intermediate goods necessary for both Eastern and Western markets. This economic strength is reinforced by a deep diversification of export market, where no single market accounts for more than 30% of the total export, providing a considerable cushion against potential shock targeting any particular product or nation. Furthermore, Malaysia is utilizing its role as an Asian chair for 2025 to promote regional unity, recognizing the common preparedness and aligned policy rather than isolation are the most effective mechanism for managing global trade shocks. In addition to the extreme pressure, Malaysia's supply chain continues to grapple with the structural deficit exacerbated by the pandemic era. Persistent post-pandemic issue include chronic labor shortages, a pronounced logistics bottleneck, and fluctuating consumer demand, all of which compromise operational efficiency and market accessibility. For instance, in the retail food sector, this disruption disproportionately affected vulnerable segments like the elderly due to delayed deliveries, mobility constraint, and limited digital literacy. Beyond these traditional challenges, global exposed business face a rising threat from the competition for resources, sophisticated cyber attack, and increasing climate-related events. These non-traditional risks place a severe and unpredictable strain on corporate assets and infrastructure, leading to plant suspension and supply chain interruption. So, the electrical and electronic industry is a critical linchpin in the global economy, fueling the digital transformation that permeates all aspects of modern society. Malaysia has historically established itself as an integral player within the EE global supply chain, global value chain, utilizing its strategic geographical locations, a robust infrastructure, and skilled workforce. However, the EE global value chain is currently undergoing significant recalibration driven by geopolitical rivalry and a revolutionary pace of the artificial intelligence. This shift compels small, open economies like Malaysia to rapidly transform their manufacturing base. Malaysia's strategic response is centered on aggressively moving up the value chain toward higher margin, advanced manufacturing activities, specifically focusing on advanced packaging and chip design. The objective is to strengthen the ecosystem, supporting this high value segment, thereby increasing the nation's strategic indispensability in the global semiconductor ecosystem. This pursuit of higher value activities is driven by necessity as much as opportunity. The threat of high transshipment tariff create an economic reality where continued reliance on low margin assembly, heavily dependent on upstream Chinese input, becomes financially unsustainable under the tariff burden. Consequently, the corporate strategy to scale up the EE value chain is not merely on the opportunistic growth measure, it is a critical defensive mechanism against trade weaponization. Furthermore, the strategic adoption of automation and AI essential for addressing domestic labor shortages. Simultaneously prepares the workforce for inevitable reorganization of labor market anticipated by the rise of AI, ensuring operational continuity that is less reliant on volatile cross-border labor policy. So I talked a little bit about CTRM, okay? The Malaysia aerospace sector characterized by high-value manufacturing and the maintenance, repair, and overhaul activity, MRO. It demonstrates a critical need for cohesive integration with the supply chain to address challenges like ESG compliance, technology, and talent gaps, and external headwinds such as a US tariff. A significant transaction illustrating the sector strategic direction involve CTRM, the Composite Technology Research Malaysia. Okay, in the fourth quarter of 2025, CTRM acquired the facility and business of Spirit Aerosystem in Subang. So, for your information, gentlemen. Okay, today basically is the first day of CTRM. Is acquired Spirit Subang, and now Spirit Subang is called CTRM Aerosystem. Okay, so CTRM acquired the facility and business, okay, of Spirit Aerosystem in Subang, around 95.2 million USD. So this facility is located at the Malaysian International Aerospace Center in Subang, occupied 45 acres.
Excuse me, Mr. Firdaus.
Yes.
Just want to check in. Are we moving slides, because we're still on the first slide?
It's supposed to be already seriously?
Yes, we're still at the
At the first slide.
Right. Yes, the first slide.
The second slide, Jason.
The second slide?
Yeah. The geopolitical trade shocks.
I already go to aerospace case study.
Okay.
Why is happened? Okay, let me stop sharing.
I think there is the technical issue. Probably we could just give a few minutes yet for Mr. Firdaus to rejoin. I guess he's accidentally left the session. Fawzan, can you please double check whether Mr. Firdaus is in here?
All right, Atta.
I don't think he's in here, right?
Yeah, he's not here.
Let us give a few minutes, yeah, for him to rejoin. Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to reach him. Yeah.
We couldn't access camera. Hello, Michael.
Waalaikumsalam, Alhamdulillah.
Ah,
I was just about to text
baru.
you ni.
Itulah,
Oh.
dia tiba-tiba dia hang.
Wah.
Okay,
So
alright,
now
tak apa.
kita,
Sorry lah,
tak
technical
apa.
error.
It's okay.
Okay, share sekali lagi. Keluar yang masuk balik ni. Alright. Okay, I tak boleh open I punya apa ni video. But the
Tak apa.
slide, is it slide?
Yeah, the slide is now slide 6, right? Number 6.
That's slide 6. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
let me start again. Okay, alright. So I talking about the aerospace case study in CTRM. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, I start back again. So the Malaysian aerospace sector, characterized by high value manufacturing and maintenance, repair and overhaul (MRO) activities, demonstrate a critical needs for cohesive integration within the supply chain to address challenges like ESG compliance, technology, and the talent gaps, and external headwinds such as US tariff. So, as I mentioned again, okay, in the fourth quarter of 2025, today is the day one, CTRM acquired the facility and the business of Spirit Aerosystem in Subang for 95.2 million USD. So the new facility now called CTRM Aerosystem. So this facility is located in the Malaysian International Aerospace Center that occupied 45 acres and includes of a 400,000 square foot manufacturing footprint with over 1,000 employees. As a direct result of this acquisition, CTRM became an important supplier to global aerospace giant, specifically providing components to Airbus for its A220, A320, and A350 programs, and to Boeing for the 737 and the 787 program. So this acquired operation provides aerostructure assembly services capabilities and integrated supply chain with access to advantage in region metro sourcing and skilled labor. This strategic move reinforces supply chain robustness, drive effective technology transfer, and contribute to sustainable growth of Malaysia aerospace sector. And this is aligning with the CTRM corporate strategy with the nation high value industrial goals. So I move to the next slide. Is it? Hello?
Okay. No, it's not moving to the next slide.
It's
Scroll
still
to
not
the
moving.
same slide. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think
So,
it is okay,
Yeah.
right? It is on aerospace case study,
it?
CTR.
yeah. So
It is key supply chain metrics.
okay. So I think I need to click one by one.
Yeah. Now it's a key supply chain risk matrix
Yeah.
you're showing.
So this is a key supply chain risk metric
Correct.
that we identifying the strategic threat for Malaysian corporation. So
Okay.
we have four I think individual that we have threat. First is a geopolitical threats risk. Okay, example like the reciprocal tariff by US example. Okay, operational and structural gaps. Okay, which we have labor shortages, logistic delay because of the I think the ports delay, okay, the inventory performance and increasing the operational cost pressure, the policy and security pressure, okay, competition over critical mineral industrial realignment forces Malaysia to recalibrate, okay, engineering and electronic global value chain participation, and also recently the cyber and environmental threats, okay, the event and the cyber attack. So this disrupt plant operation and damage infrastructure. So basically, like example, like in CTRM, we facing our supplier. I think in the last 3 years, okay, we're facing around 2 of our supplier is totally shut down for I think almost a month because of the cyber attack. So this is one of the threat, okay, for that things. So I go for the next, okay, I will go out and sharing. So achieving true supply chain resilience required corporate strategy to move in lockstep with the national economic blueprints. In Malaysia, this means aligning commercial efforts with the vision articulated in the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, NIMP 2030. The NIMP 2030 serves as the primary strategic compass designed to revitalize the manufacturing sector and strengthen Malaysia's position within the global value chain. It's supporting the realization of the broader economy Madani reforms. A key pillar of this plan is a mission is safeguard economic security and inclusivity. This mission explicitly mandate the creation of the enabling environment that ensure supply chains security, foster the entrepreneurship, and support small and medium enterprise SMEs. This promotes equitable economic participation. The government commitment to this goal is translated into specific prescribed policy action, including identifying detailed supply chain resilience strategies for critical sector, establishing formal supply chain cooperation and collaboration through government to government, G2G, and government to business, G2B program. 3, the next is introducing the national mineral policy to support the downstream processing of critical mineral. So furthermore, corporate transportation and logistics strategies must harmonize with the objective of logistic and trade facilitation master plan. This master plan provides strategic direction to improve the productivity and competitiveness of the freight logistic industry. So key action include enhancing capability by developing integrated hub and spoke model, specifically utilizing KLIA, Kuala Lumpur International Airport, as a dedicated air cargo hub and Port Klang as a primary maritime center. The NIP 2030 also contain an implicit mandate for deepening regional trade ties. Mission 4 emphasizes establishing stronger cooperation and vertical integration of selected industry across Asian countries. This institutional response directly addresses the historical deficit in intra-Asian trade, which stood at only 21.2% in 2024, lagging significantly behind other regional blocs. For Malaysian cooperation, strategic alignment must therefore involve actively deepening business ties with Asian partners through bodies like Asian Supply Chain Council, okay, creating a collective protective trading bloc that enhance Malaysia overall influence, and stability as a global value chain hub. So, so the next slide, okay. So policy, corporate strategy alignment, okay. This mission.
Yes, all good.
All right. So this NIMP 2030 serve as the primary strategic compass, okay. Okay. Is the mission economic security and resilience, okay. The collaborative ecosystem, the global value chain advancements, okay, and the mission. This is inclusive the SME growth. All right. Digitalize. Okay, I talked about the digitalization trends in supply chain. Okay, digital transformation and automation revolutionizing SCM in Malaysia. The nation logistic market that value at USD 29.7 billion in 2025 is actively capitalizing on the global trend towards logistic automation. The implementation of technologies such as AI, IoT, Internet of Things, and blockchain is essential for establishing automated inventory tracking, real-time analytics, and sophisticated predictive forecasting that necessary for modern decision making. So the adoption of robotic and AI in warehousing and the inventory management is yielding quantifiable gains with enhanced throughput reported to increase up by 25% for companies leveraging these technologies. This digital push is further catalyzed by the aggressive growth in e-commerce that driven by the My Digital initiative, which Project Malaysia e-commerce export that reached 146 billion by 2025. This growth underscore the urgent need for technology that enable system that can support scalability, compliance, and reliable cross-border delivery. Crucially, digitalization is also mandated by global compliance requirement. Meeting stringent ESG obligation, particularly the monitoring and reporting of Scope 3 emission, required end-to-end transparency that is impossible without advanced digital tools. Technology, therefore, transition from an efficiency-enhancing tool to a non-negotiable requirement for regulatory compliance and the market access. Okay. So I would like to give some, I think, a case study. What the CTRM did on how we manage the supply chain resilience. Okay, on the next slide. Oh, sorry. right? That short video, that actually basically, if you look on that video, it's basically that's our facing. Okay, we're facing on each scenario, we're facing this disruption in terms of the logistic and also on the supply chains, especially on the raw material. Okay. So basically in CTRM, in supply chain, okay, I just want to give you a little bit around, okay. If you look on the CTRM, on this side, okay, this is our purchase value, okay, in CTRM Malacca. You look at 43%, our supply chain, our raw material come from United Kingdom, okay, 21% on North America, I think mainly is on US, 6% in Africa, 4% in other Europe, okay, and Asia plus Malaysia is just only 26%. So this is the challenges that we're facing, okay. When we're facing, we have a raw material, a single source, okay. Because in aerospace, sometime industry is being detected by the OEM, by Airbus and Boeing, okay. Sometimes you need to only purchase this qualified material on this manufacturer, okay. And those what we see, we see a lot of manpower shortages. I think this is I think depend seriously after COVID. Okay, those people that work in industry, okay, when the aerospace sector is coming back, okay, they are gone. We don't know why. Okay, I've been to US and UK. They're facing the same problem. So those people are work in the manufacturing right now. They are no more interested, okay, doing the factory. So we facing also the poor visibility, okay, the capacity of each individual supplier, okay, especially in America, in US, okay. So they are reluctant to cooperate with us, okay, to get the capacity. The sub-tier management, okay, that means we appoint those supplier and they have their own sub-tier, okay. So the sub-tier management is one of the challenges, okay. And we have a geopolitical disruption, okay, as you see example like since the Ukraine and Russia war, okay. So Ukraine is Russia is having around 45% of nickel and also titanium, okay. So these two resource is I think is the main component on the product for the aerostructure, okay. So when US and Europe impose the trade sanction on this material, this affect Airbus and Boeing also. So we facing also the financial disruption, okay. When those I think after post-COVID, okay, some of the supplier, okay, they have a financial disruption because during the COVID, I think almost 50 to 60% revenue drop. So some of the supplier, okay, they are declaring bankruptcy, okay, and it's one of our challenges. And also, I think recent 2 years, these 2-3 years, we have a lot of port strike, especially in US and Europe, okay. So the common failure, if you look on this, is we focus on the resources, we focus on the machine, we sub-tier the management, and we have a single source supply. So what we did, okay, on the austerity measure, okay, we have a program like a transfer of work, okay, a transfer of work. That mean whatever those are not a single source, they may not IP, we perform transfer work, we back to Asia. It's easily managed. It's just only maximum 4 hours 4 hours fly. Compared to US is almost 18 hours, and in UK almost 13 hours. Okay, and then we perform a long-term contract instead of the short-term PO. Okay, we provide a long-term contract. We do have a safety inventory level. Okay, in our stock, just to manage that there is enough supply for the production, and we do have a supplier on site. Okay, I mean we have a team that go to over the world. Okay, to look on the I think the face-to-face. Okay, to have a look on what are the issue that that we as a customer that we can help them. Okay, in order to maintain the product. Okay, the safety level that we have. All right. So this is for resilient. So I need to click one by one. Okay. Okay. Is it slide sustainable procurement practice? You see now, okay?
Yes, you may proceed. Yes, you may proceed, Mr. Firdaus.
So this is what we did, okay? In practically in CTRM, okay? How we want to enhance the resilience of the issues that we're facing, okay? So example, okay? We did the like supplier screening, okay? We put 100% supply screen that compliant to aerospace REACH, okay, requirement, including subject. So REACH is the program from Airbus, okay, that we required to check the supply hub, okay, on each. This just to ensure the customer compliant, okay. So we also reform our procurement platform, okay. In the supply chain, okay, one of the most important, I think, in the organization is procurement, because okay, all purchases, okay, all purchases is come to this platform, okay, procurement platform. So what we did to improve on digitalization is we introduced what we call the e-procurement called Zycus. Okay, so there is a 3 phases. We already complete 2 phases at the moment right now. So the idea of this e-procurement, that means from is a medium for supplier database. Okay, the company background, the profile, the RFQ, request for quotation, the tender notification, is all real-time visibility. Okay, is created from the GRN. That means we good receive the material until we invoicing. Okay, so it's on one platform. So this platform also have a three-way matching invoice. Okay, using the Robo AI. Okay. So what we did also, we have a supplier code of conduct. Okay, the vendor responsibility and compliance to VCOC. Okay, this okay is one of the code of conduct to our supply to make sure that sustainable development in the supply chain. Okay, so we focus on environmental, social, and also governance and ethics. So we also did the supply webinar. Okay, so this is a global supply webinar with the 100 participation local and overseas supplier. So this will address, I think, time by time, what are the challenges and what are the improvement that our CTRM did on the organization. So one of the item is we reduce also carbon footprint, when we doing the work transfer, we manage transfer of work for regional area purchase to reduce the carbon footprint. If you look on this, last time we already increased the transfer work in Asia and Malaysia up to 31%. So this will be continued after the acquiring the Spirit Aerosystem Subang. It will be under the next mission for me to improve also the carbon footprint, because 80% of their purchases is from overseas. So how we improve this? We have a development enhancement. We start with scouting database. This is the item that we did. Like example, supplier approval management, the requirement flow down, the verification and validation. We do a performance excellent. We did the industrialization with change management and de-risk management. So this is all the activity that we did. The scouting database, the supplier transfer work. We manage the crisis management. We have a team on that. We do a supplier improvement program. We have a supplier approval and audit. We have a digital supplier performance, and we do the supplier qualifications and the incoming inspection and the non-conformance management. So this focus on project management, quality, technical, and supplier engagement. So how we make the leader resilience, in managing supply chain challenges? First is the innovation. So we need the tools to navigate the complexity of the modern supply chains. We need to using digitalization platform. So we use the Zycus, the what we call source to pay, pay to pay, procure to pay, and the robot processing. We need to have a traceability, integrating ethical practices and environmental consciousness. This could shape the future of the business and contributing positively to the planet and society. So we have, like our procurement policy, we have a green procurement, and we have the anti-corruption policy. So we need to have agility and adaptability. This steer through uncertainties by responding to market dynamic and disruption. So coach to enhance efficiency and resilience in the face of the challenges. So one of the key items, we need to have a risk and also the crisis management. And the last but not least, the collaboration and the connectivity. By partnerships, collaboration, and working together across the supply chain, we empower leaders with a broader perspective and the communication skill. So the activity, like we have a business review regularly, business review, one TP. We create one team partner. They mean we have a strategic alliance with a certain supplier that we fit that as a model, that we can rely on. So we have this one TP program. So B2B business events and also the forum. Okay, so this is the case study that I can share you from CTRM view. Okay, I go to the next slide. Okay, so we will finish on the CTRM case study. So we talk about the SME gaps and barrier. Okay, the full realization of Malaysia economic security and advancement in the global value chain hinges on the successful integration and scaling of its vast ecosystem of small and medium enterprise. The geopolitical movement of MNC adopting +1 diversification strategies has driven a surge in foreign direct investment aimed at a de-risking operation, okay, based on NIMP 2030. So this creates a significant time-sensitive opportunity for Malaysia SME to become a reliable local supplier and integrate into higher tiers of global value chain. However, many SME face fundamental operational deficiencies that prevent them from fully capitalizing on this opportunity. So the study indicates that the two most common issues confronted by this firm are insufficient inventory management and poor customer service. Okay, that's why when if you look on my slide on the CTRM case study, okay, how that we are focusing on the inventory management and also the customer service. Okay, so these two issues are intrinsically linked. A lack of inventory directly to inability to fulfill customer needs. Okay, and this is resulting in loss of sales and critically a loss of customer. If a small firm cannot master these foundation capabilities, it cannot participate reliably in advanced global value chain, ultimately undermining national resilient effort that depend on the robust local content sourcing. Compounding this operational issue are pervasive technological, financial, and personal barrier. SME lag significantly behind large firms due to inadequate financings, incompatible technology, and distinct lack of skilled personnel. This isolation prevents effective networking with important supply chain partners. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Okay. So I'm talking about the SME barrier matrix. Okay. While technical and financial hurdles are evidence, the most severe and pervasive barrier to strategic supply chain alignment are managerial and cultural. Strategic barrier, okay, are foundation issue rooted in leadership, including resistance to change, unclear organizational objective, and a critical lack of top management commitment and support. Expert perspective confirm that commitment issue a sustained hesitant toward embracing positive changes in practice and is the primary stopping block for adopting collaborative supply chain philosophies. This issue fundamentally hamper virtually every initiative, regardless of available financial support or technological feasibility. Consequently, policy intervention must focus less on simple subsidies and more on forcing leadership buy-in and measurable dedication to collaborative practices. So what is our strategic outlook, okay, 2025 to 2030? So this pathway to supply chain indispensability. The global economy has undergone fundamental institutionalized change. The era of high volatility necessitated that Malaysia Corporation embrace strategic supply chain alignment, moving past a reactive posture to achieve strategic indispensability in the global economy. Malaysia's path forward is robust. The logistic market is valued at 29.7 billion USD in 2025, with an anticipated compound annual growth rate, CAGR, some call CAGR, some call CAGR, of 5.2% through 2030. So, however, sustaining this growth required that businesses transition from fragmented operation through strategically optimized ecosystem, okay, capable of providing agile and responsive services to meet evolving market demands. This means recognizing the resilience, the ability to plan ahead, be flexible, and maintain the backup option must be embedded as a core tenet of corporate philosophy, driving investment decision and operational researching. Based on the analysis of geopolitical pressure, national mandate, and internal structure deficit, 4 strategic imperatives are, I think, critical for Malaysian enterprise to solidify their position in the shifting global landscape. Okay. 1. Okay. Is institutionalized SEM, supply chain management, risk government, and resilient capital. Supply chain management must be governed explicitly as a primary organizational risk. Move beyond the COO remit to secure explicit board level commitment. This commitment must be materialized through the systemic reallocation of capital towards strategic risk measure, prioritizing viability and strategic redundancy over short-term cost-cutting mandate. Second, drive sectoral value mitigation to enhance indispensability. The strategic focus of moving up the value chain in key sector, okay, particularly on the electronic and electrical and aerospace sector, must be maintained and accelerated by continuing investing in advanced capability like chip design and sophisticated packaging, and securing high value aerostructure contract. Okay, so Malaysia reinforced its role as an advanced component provider, insulating its manufacturing base from being categorized solely as a low-cost assembly point to protectionist trade measure and increasing its geopolitical indispensability. Corporation must fully, okay, integrate ESG compliant into their supply chain strategy, okay, recognizing the supply network as the principal vehicle for meeting Scope 3 expectation. So investment in sustainable practice such as eco-friendly packaging, energy, efficient transportation, green logistics, okay, must be viewed as a strategic investment that enhance brand reputation and open access to highly regulated and eco-conscious global market. Technology is the core mechanism here, so providing the necessary traceability and data collection that required for accurate triple bottom line measurement and reporting. National and MNC program must pivot from the generic financial assistance to targeted mandatory capacity building efforts aimed at eradicating the most pervasive internal, strategic, and operational deficit faced by the SME. So this means focusing on programs that enforce financial inventory management, improve customer reliability, and most critically, address the leadership common barrier that prevent SME from becoming reliable scale partner in the global value chain ecosystem. I think that's all for me today. I hope it's not boring.
No, it's a great insight from you, Mr. Firdaus. Thank you very much. So thanks again, Mr. Firdaus, for very insightful sharing and comprehensive presentation. We'll now begin our Q&A session, which will run until around 10 p.m. or slightly later, depending on the flow of the questions that we'll be receiving. So kindly, please, to all participants, MBA, Masters of Business Administration students here, and any other undergraduate students, please feel free to type your questions in the chat box or raise your virtual hand to ask your question verbally, and I'll pick you amongst you one by one. And your engagement is highly encouraged, so don't hesitate to participate, okay? Just dare yourself and mic up, okay? This is a rare opportunity to learn directly from industry expertise like Mr. Firdaus that we're having here. So please, participants, please ask any questions.
I still cannot open my camera. I don't know why.
Okay, Mr. Firdaus. Mr. Firdaus, probably I'll begin with a question. You know, it's really interesting of listening to your sharing related to the CTRM case study just now. So you have highlighted, you know, several key challenges. So I was actually, you know, thinking of when you shared the latest information on acquiring the Spirit Aero system just now.
Sorry, Prof. You are breaking. Yeah.
All right. Is it okay now?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I was thinking like, you know, acquiring a company is a big thing, right? So
Okay.
how would you actually, in your case, related to this you know, procurement and supply chain, dealing with probably supply chain cultures in terms of the resistance to change from the workers, probably? That you might want to share your view on it.
Yeah, again, your question, Prof?
Probably want to see how's the supply chain different cultures between, you know, when you're acquiring the company, like what you're having now.
All right.
Maybe you want to share a bit. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, basically, today is only day one. So if 3 months after this, then I can share you how to change the culture. Okay, but basically, what I try to give some insight. Okay, in 2015, okay, before this, CTRM is founded at 1990. Okay, so it's under the Ministry of Finance. So we I think work like a government. Okay, can say okay. But on 2015, the RB Highcom is acquired CTRM. Okay. So I can give you some how the CTRM, okay, example like me also, okay, change to the current culture. Okay, so basically, if you want to emphasize the culture, okay, it must come from the top. Okay, some of the failure of the I think the organization, okay, when talk about the culture change is they always try to put some department of culture, okay, as those who are populating the new culture in the organization, okay. But this will always fail, because this department will always try to put a slogan, to put a big banner, okay, try to populate, okay, and then the management, especially the CEO, okay, is just supporting just by word only, okay. But what are the RB change is they bring the leadership, okay. As example, my CEO, Mr. Cik Shamsuddin Muhammad Yusof, okay, is emphasize the culture of the RB in CTRM, okay. Even though we have a slogan, okay, he always said he hates slogan, okay, but practice must come first. Slogan is later. So it's always from top to down, okay. They must be, the culture must from top to down, and the leadership must show the example. So what he trying to do is he's giving the example, okay, and is create another leader, the second layer, okay, to create a culture, okay. Example like me, okay, me is the second layer of the management, okay. So they create his leader, okay, to become a culture champion. So that's the thing, okay. So how we want to make sure that the culture change, okay, in this in the organization, it must come from the top to down, and they must be led by example. This is the keyword, I think, I believe lah. Okay, lead by example is the keyword of the organizational culture change. I hope this answers your question, Prof.
Yeah, thank you. Interesting sharing. Definitely, yeah, the top management should actually lead it. And I think it's very good sharing just now when you mentioned that they're creating or developing a second layer of management or leaders. It's important.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
So this is also what they call is the what we call the leadership's the next level of leadership, because we become older. Okay, there must be a what we call the replacement candidate for the next position. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, please, any other participants, you can come up with your questions. If you're shy to mic up, just write it in the chat box.
Must be in English, because sometimes takut bahasa Inggeris ke. You can, I think this is, I think we can flexible, okay. We can mix English and BM, no problem.
Yeah, boleh.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
I'm Kintara, one of the MBA student. Just asking because I also come from the aviation industry. For CTRM, I heard that you are using Zycus system for the procurement process, right?
Yeah, yes, correct.
I just wondering, do you have any plan to use a blockchain system to your CTRM system to improve the transparency and make the supply chain easier to track the component and all? Thank you.
Yeah, a very good question. Okay, I can. Okay, let me say like this. Okay, when talk about business, when talk about academic, blockchain is a good idea. Okay, I can say that blockchain is will create the transparency, everything from top to bottom. But in business, in real business, blockchain basically is a threat. What I try to say is a threat. Okay, if our customer, okay, is our customer know everything about CTRM, okay, we will lose the competitiveness. Why I say that? Okay, they know everything. Okay, in business, sometimes we try we try to hide the advantages, because sometimes, okay, in during the business practice, okay, we have some issues, okay, in the business. Example, we have some scraps, we have some expired materials, we have some I think a customer complaint, okay, we have a defects on the product, okay. So this thing is not in the financial. Basically, who expect that we have a scrap, you know, who expect that we have a product. But when we keep certain thing, okay, they mean allowances. Example, like this is secret, okay, I try to example, like our raw material, okay, we put a bomb, example, like the bomb calculation, example, like we have a 50 square meter pre-pack, example, like pre-pack, because in CTRM we're using a pre-pack to lay up the carbon, okay. Pre-pack is just like pre-impregnated carbon with resin, okay. So we have a calculated bomb to our customer, but we have an internal improvement that we did that have a cost saving. This cost saving is basically to top up whatever deficiencies in operation. If we input the blockchain, okay, so the customer will know our advantages, and then they will ask some cost reduction, and that will be that we will lose the opportunity to have some, I think, to have something margin a little bit higher for our company. Okay, basically like CTRM, we are a contract manufacturer, so we are not the OEM. If we are OEM, definitely I would like to have a blockchain to our supplier, because I will know everything. Okay, the transparency for all the process. Okay, so this is my honest, I think, comment on your questions. Is it?
Thank you so much. I think, yes, blockchain has difficulty, especially in the aerospace industry. That's why I just want to know how CTRM idea on it. Anyway, thank you so much.
So, but what in our Zycus is we try to perform, I think, the transparency of the transaction. Okay, they mean before this, our supplier will know basically when they because in procurement, basically what we have the discrepancy of the invoices. Okay, the what we call sometimes the payment of the product. Okay, so with this Zycus, this will improve all the visibility on the operational processes. Okay, that will give a confidence to our supplier that we are transparent, especially on the process, not on the other side of what we call the sensitive financial, I think, data. So again, you're from where?
I'm from Aerospace Technology System Corporation, MRO for jet fighter Sukhoi.
In Kuantan, okay, all right.
Yes, in Kuantan.
ATSC.
Yes, ATSC.
Yeah, okay, correct. This okay.
Thank you, Sister Nur Kintara binti Asri, for a very good question. We can proceed with another question, please, from another participant. Please raise your hand. I will pick you up, and you are allowed to mic up. Please. Can just type in the chat box if you are having problems with your mic or you're shy.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Cik Firdaus, may I ask you about the technology transfer? how far was the adoption being led by the company, and how was the acceptance? How long was it? How was the effectiveness of the transfer during that time? Maybe you can share some story about it.
When you talk about technology, you mean what type of technology?
Might be any technology package that you shared, or maybe any system, or any
Okay,
kind of
alright.
transfer that you have done. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to quote our recently. I think adapting technology in the operation is a must. Okay, because adopting technology will improve efficiency in operation. Not even though labor. I think the labor in Malaysia, I think still competitive. Okay, compared to I think our neighbor like Thailand, Vietnam. Okay, we slightly I think higher compared to China and India. Okay, but to make things operationally improve, we need to adopt technology. Example. Okay, example. We have a win. I think the last time the A220 flat package. Okay, A220 flat package. Example. This is a 7-meter length of panel. Just imagine 7 meter. Okay. All right. 7-meter length of panel. The technology that is being transferred from a company in Italy. Okay, we won the package, Italy to Malaysia. All right. In Italy, okay, they doing a semi-auto process during the layup. Okay, semi-auto. Okay, so they create a lot of defects on the parts. Okay, it's up to 20% of scrap panel. Okay, but when we won the package, we adopt the technology. Okay, in this. Okay, in first time. Okay, in the technology of layup, we using the 2 robot. Fanak robot is around 1.7 ton each. That can turn the motor. The motor is around 1.5 ton tool. Okay, just imagine before this they're using the semi-auto. Now we're using the robot. Okay, this using of robot eliminates the 18% of the defect. So how this technology can improve the defects, okay, and also improve the safety using the when we operate that product. This is one item. We're using the robot, okay, okay, just to make the operation of the layup much more easier, okay, and I think manufacture in a good quality. The second thing, okay, what the technology that we have is we using the AI on the kitting layout. Okay, I just mentioned. Okay, the kitting in the composite is something like we cut the pre-pack. If I want to give you some imagine pre-pack is example like when come to CTRM, it's like macam apa ni? Macam kain bidang lah. Okay? In the roll. Macam kain, okay? In the roll. Okay? So the current technique because when we cut the pre-pack, because pre-pack have the what we call the carbon direction. Okay, the carbon direction is essential because in the drawing they have a 90-degree 180-degree as per drawing, just to make sure that when we lay up, okay, when we compounded prepack to prepack 7 layer, 8 layer, okay, they must have a carbon direction, okay. The technique of the kitting before this we cut is just manual by human, but by when we using the AI, okay, we can improve the wastages, reduce around 12%. It's small in percentage, but in 1 year we can save around 4 million RM on the material itself. So this improve the efficiency, reduce the wastages, okay. But this is the thing that I said we keep in ours, okay. We not if we do blockchain, neverly customer know our improvement, so we cannot keep the 12% of our buffer.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Sister Putri Fazlina binti Muhammad Tamis. A question from myself too, Mr. Firdaus.
Yes.
I would like to ask you, talking about just now technology adoption. For you personally, as a head for the supply chain division of CTRM company, have you ever encountered supplier resistance towards these digital advancements, onboarding, and how did you overcome it?
You're breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat your question?
You know, you head the division, right? Currently is a head division of the supply chain division. You are currently the head of supply chain division of CTRM, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Have you encountered supplier resistance towards digital onboarding, and how did you encounter it? Just now when you're talking about technology adoption and AI.
All right. How I want to say that, okay? So basically what we introduced this digitalization, okay, especially on our supplier, we not foresee any resistance on that because they know this digitalization, okay, technology adoption, okay, it's not for us, it's not for CTRM, but for them also, okay. So but before example, like before we start doing that, okay, if we are not start example like us, okay, we not start okay today we will by tomorrow we will enforce the cycles. No, that's not the way what we did. So what we did, we have a plan timeline, okay, to educate the supplier. Example, we have, let's say we have a webinar, okay, that's it, we want to introduce what are the advantages for you, what advantages for us. So this kind of like this, okay, question and answer to supplier, how, okay, this system can both have I think benefit from this. So this is the thing that what you need to do when you introduce the technological into the supplier. Okay. Beside that, technological in operation, okay, is almost I think the most important thing. Okay. Sometimes we have reluctance because okay, company want to introduce technology. Okay, so we will lose our job. No, that's not the case. Okay, a good company, when they introduce to efficiency of process, okay, they will expand, okay, to the next level, okay, the skill of the employee. Okay, so that's the thing. We I think in the history of 2015, even though during the COVID, okay, even though the revenue of our company during the COVID, I think 3 years is almost 40% reduced from 1 billion to 600 million, around that. Okay, but we are not retrench our workers. So what we did is we improve because we know we plan for the future. Okay, so because we know the aerospace will come back, and alhamdulillah, I think this year, okay, we already surpassed I think around 800 millions. Okay, and then with the acquisition of Subang, basically by next year, we will I think the revenue forecast for the next year, I think around 1.6 billion RM next year, inshallah.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
it okay?
you. Yes,
Okay.
much obliged. So just to be clear, there's no resistance since you were holding any position of supply chain.
At the moment, right now, no, because the only I think obstacle is in overseas supplier. Okay, they are reluctant to share their financial performance. Okay, if in Malaysia I have no problem, I can check, okay, their financial performance because they need to submit. Okay, okay, they need to submit the financial report. But in the overseas, they are quite reluctant. But what we did is, they are actually the prominent aerospace supplier. They not only supply to CTRM, but they also supply to Airbus and Boeing. So we study that when they have, they mean their contribution supply to the major is higher, so we can rely with that. It's not just rely like that, okay? Even though they are not sharing their financial performance, okay? But we can give them as a reliable, I think, supplier lah. Okay, and to add more on that, we have I think in the slide I mentioned about one TP, one team partner. Okay, the one team partner is the selection of the that have, I think, if in the procurement, we have the A, B, C category. Okay, I mean the high value procure. Okay, A, that mean 80% of the purchase volume we categorize as category A. Okay, so this category A, we will have some what we call a very close the relationship. So this is our one team partner. So any major transfer, we will rely with them. So this is create, I think, not supplier customer, but it's most of the on the partnership. I think on the partnership team. Okay, on the partnership team. Yep.
All right. So any other questions from other participants? You can keep asking until maybe
undergraduate lagi.
Yes, undergraduate students especially.
Yang jawab.
If you want Professor Fazida to give you extra marks for your assignment or your previous test, then you have to come up with a question.
Kena jaga Firdaus. Nak listen guys. Okay, never mind. Please proceed. Siapa tadi?
Okay, Mr. Fauzan, I have a question to Tuan Haji Firdaus. Tuan Haji, Assalamualaikum. I'm Azian.
Waalaikumsalam. Masuk.
Tuan Haji, do you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tuan Haji, it's about the skills. Okay, because most of the student here is undergraduate. So what are the skills required from the student, especially undergraduate, to be a part of the aerospace supply chain aerospace? Because you mentioned that about your 46% of your suppliers come from the UK, right? If I'm not mistaken. So what are the expectation from your company CTRM on the students to be a part of the aerospace supply chain?
Dia sebenarnya the most basically if I look on the in my opinion lah, okay, in my opinion, if I think if first, basically, in supply chain is first you need to have a very good in English lah. Okay, all right. That the first thing. Okay, if you are fluent in English, this is I think the advantages. Okay, for you. Okay, to become part of the I think the supply chain activity. And the second thing is, okay, I think the skill in Excel, because in procurement, okay, most of the thing we do in Excel, we do some computation, calculation, and everything. Okay, so the understandable about statistics, okay, is also I think quite crucial lah. Okay, so it is and I think in the procurement itself, the most I think if you have I think a talent in negotiation, okay, then it's good lah for you lah. Because some of us, okay, we have a good negotiation skill. Okay, some we can build up into during the process lah. Okay, a negotiation skill. Okay, you need to have a good Microsoft Excel. Okay, and you need to have I think a fluent in English. Okay, that is I think the three essential. Okay, I think the things that you need for undergraduate. Okay, if you want to go to the aerospace. And second thing, just understand, if you want to go to interview, you need to study that company. What are they doing? Okay, this will give you some advantage. Okay, during the interview. All right. Okay. And I think and the most important thing on the undergraduate. Okay, please call. Okay, please call. If you have a good CGPA, all right, then it's basically will be the first impression for the company to hire you lah. Seriously, I said. Okay, because I think nowadays competition is very high. Okay, 20 years ago, all right, never mind. Okay, people undergraduate is I think a lot of opportunity, but nowadays I think we have a lot of university that graduate every year. I think thousands of them. Okay, but with the good grades. Okay, good grades, the impressive resume. All right, then you can attract lah. Okay, the company at least to invite you to the interview lah. And then the next stage you need to understand that those company itself lah. Not to understand all the process, but if you can give something like you know what that company do, okay, that will give you the first impression to interview lah. Okay, I have the long time I not interview the fresh graduate. Okay, and the interview is done by my managers. But this is one of the technique lah. Okay, if you want to go for especially on the aerospace lah. All right.
Much appreciated.
Okay. Ada teknik lagi.
Very much appreciated. From actually just now, the one who asked you the question is one of our lecturers, academician, technology, okay. Dr. Azian binti Ibrahim.
Yeah, yeah, I know him. I know her. Sorry.
Thank you very much for very thought-provoking questions given by Dr. Azian, for making us to get ready, prepare ourselves with Excel skills and such as something like that. Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Azian also, she's specializing in supply chain management area too. Just now I forgot to make salutation to her because I was informed that she was not joining initially, right? Alhamdulillah, she's joining.
It's okay, Fauzan, it's okay.
Next question, please. from undergraduate students, please. From business engineering students.
Hi. Sorry. I'm from an MBA student. Can I ask one question? To Mr. Firdaus. Okay. I just wondering, like, if one day, RPA is gonna fully adopted in automation, especially in supply chain area, like in sourcing, procurement, logistics. What are other things that those people that involved in supply chain department should should have another skills to ensure that they stay in the company, even though the RPA has adopted in the company. Thank you.
Semua takut ni AI, robo semua ni will take the human job. I think the robotic process automation, the RPA actually is not replace the human, okay, but that technology, okay, that use the software robot to automate repetitive, okay. Sebab sometimes human ni kita bila kita repetitive job kita akan buat mistake, okay, human lah. But this RPA is doing some like the automate the repetitive, that rule-based tasks that are typing all done by human. Sebelum ni type by human, okay, they can do by themselves. So this software can perform like data entry, processing transaction, and managing email to improve productivity. Okay, so the keyword is to improve productivity, not to replace human. So RPA is actually a tool that helps human to work more effective. Okay, to RPA. Okay, so I not talk about AI, I talk about RPA only. Okay, bila talk about AI pula, okay, it can be a threat lah, okay, for human function lah, okay. So example like when they do some procurement process, sourcing process by AI, okay. So the advantages of AI is sometimes they can make there will be no human intervention. Okay, macam human ni sometimes dalam procurement ni dia ada berat sebelah, decisive, okay. Sometimes they more I think favoritism to certain supplier. Okay, all right. But again, okay, I don't think so. At the moment right now, AI will replace the human. Okay, AI will be the tool for human to make the process more effective. That's the things that I again, example like when I introduce the Zycus, the e-procurement, they have something like what we call the RPA called three-way matching invoice. Okay, because dalam finance ni three-way matching invoice ni penting, just to make sure that the payment, okay, for the supplier is accordingly to the parts that they delivered lah. Okay, so before this we have I think we have a 3 club to do this matching. Okay, but by doing this RPA we only have 1 club, but that doesn't mean that there's 2 club. Okay, we don't know jobs. So the organization like CTRM, okay, so this extra workforce we can do to other tasks. Okay, so this is the thing, they make the task effective, and then we can create another task to fulfill that the position lah. Okay, so it may impact, okay, I can say later, I cannot predict 10 years. Okay, okay, kalau tengok cerita Terminator tu kan, nanti everything semua okay, AI, it's happened. example, like if you look on the fighter jet, now they have drones, okay, UAV, everything. But looking into the technology, they still depend a human to operate the jets, because sometimes in the process we need a human instinct, a human touch to make things that the decision, I think, is more humanity lah, okay, compare to right or wrong, okay, 0 to 1 like digital, okay, but more ada human touch a little bit on that, okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I can say lah, from 5 years onwards, I don't think so this AI and RPA will replace the procurement job in the organization.
Sorfina, hello.
Hi. Okay. I
okay.
understand because
Sorfina,
sorry,
hello.
Mr. Firdaus.
Okay.
Hi. Are you
Sorfina,
listening?
hello.
Yeah,
Dengar
Can you
tak?
hear me?
Dengar.
Yeah, I can hear you. Dengar.
Sorfina,
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just now you were asking about
Mhm.
what is the potential, what is the value added skill, one value added skill, so that employer can avoid being potentially laid off from the company. That was your question, right? Just now. That was your
Yes.
original question.
Yes. Because some top management, like they have like this one how to say one perception about RPA and AI is like replacing these people, because in my current company right now, like we have a large number of workers in that is working with supply chain, but some of the processes that we have like in SAP or in our work steps or workflows, most of it already have been fully adopted by the RPA. So that's why I'm asking this question, if it might impact those people um that will try to apply for jobs in supply chain. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Firdaus. Thank you, Fauzan.
All right. One last question, preferably from undergraduate students, business engineering students, or any other undergraduate courses that are joining us tonight. Please, one final question, and then we'll be going for the photo session, group photo session. So please.
I have one question.
Sure.
Which KPI are most effective for measuring alignment between supply chain operation and corporate strategy?
Again, the question?
Which KPIs are most effective for measuring alignment between supply chain operation and corporate strategy?
KPI that effective KPI for supply chain and corporate strategy.
Yes.
All right. Supply chain. Okay. I think in supply chain to cooperate into the corporate strategy. Okay. Normally, it's always based on financial impact. Okay, it's always on the financial impact. Okay, that can have a profitability impact. Okay, and also on the supplier impact. Okay, so the most KPI in if you want to align, actually is based on the supplier performance, because supplier performance, okay, must be linked with the corporate strategy. Okay, so because what the supplier performance is we'll talk about the cost, we'll talk about the quality, we'll talk about delivery. Okay, and this will be the next overreaching the business goal, like profitability, resilience, and budget. So what are the metrics that we use? Okay, example like the on-time delivery, the OTD. Okay, why? Why? The OTD is important because it will impact the inventory. It will impact the operational performance. Example, like if the OTD is always late, what it will cost the operational impact, and then cost the delivery to our customer. Okay, it will stop the production. Okay, so the OTD is important. The second thing is the supply chain cost. Okay, versus the revenue. Okay, the procurement cost versus the revenue. This is also one the important. Okay, and the next thing is the example like the most important is what are the cost improvement that you can gain in the supply chain. How you can improve the logistic cost. How you want to improve the procurement cost. Okay, so this is one of the KPI that can link into the corporate strategy. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much to Sister Nur Halimah Sinamin. With that, we conclude our Q&A session. So thank you once again, Mr. Firdaus, for your time, expertise, presentation, just now valuable insights. Honestly, a sincere appreciation also goes to our honorable guest lecturers, Professor Fazida, technologist Dr. Azian, and also Dr. Rokia Hanum. Is she here, Professor Fazida? Dr. Rokia Hanum?
I don't think so,
Yes,
but we have Dr.
I'm
Putri.
here.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Hanum.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't see you.
hiding. Yeah. All right. So as well as to all MBA master students and also undergraduate students who participated tonight, very much appreciated. Before we officially conclude, we would like to capture a virtual group photo to commemorate this session, to end this session officially. So I kindly request everyone, students, lecturers, and our honorable guest, Mr. Firdaus, to please turn on your cameras, ensure your face is visible like this.
Sorry
not
for moderator, I
mine just now.
cannot open my camera. I don't know why.
Oh, why is that? Oh.
So I have no idea what happened. But it's basically the Microsoft team is
Nice.
not friendly to me today. but basically I would like also to thank the moderator, get the Prof Fazida, okay, Dr. Azian, okay, and Dr. Why so what? Dr. Nur Hanum.
Dr. Rokia Hanum, yes.
Not Rokia Hanum, okay. Thank you for inviting me, okay, to this industrial talk that I think I would like to share, especially on the actual cases, okay, in CTRM, okay. I also happy to give something insight, okay. What are the real thing, okay. Normally we looking into the textbook, but I give you some, I think, what are I share something what happened, the real thing, okay. So hopefully this beneficial for all the students that are coming today. I would like to thank you again. Thank you very much.
Fauzan, I also like to say something to our speaker and also the rest of the members joining this session. Mr. Firdaus, thank you so much for your time and your sharing. Definitely, I believe that some of our students here probably not familiar with aerospace, industry and all. It's good opportunity. It's an opportunity to let them get themselves exposed to this new information and of course the skills that you mentioned just now. And on behalf of the faculty, I would like to thank again to Mr. Firdaus. Inshallah, hopefully we have the opportunity, probably chance to visit CTRM in future. Right. So yeah, that is all. Thank you. Thank you once again, Mr. Firdaus.
Yeah, you're welcome, Prof.
Okay, back to you, Fauzan.
All right. Halimah, can you take a group photo for our for our group photo session. Halimah, are you there?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
appreciate
you.
if everyone can turn on your camera, guys.
Turn on your camera,
Except
please.
Mr. Firdaus.
No, okay. Wow, 67 total participation. 67. It's a huge crowd. Yep.
So Halimah, you can do the counting, yeah? Like everyone ready? 1, 2, 3, smile, cheese. So please, everyone, stay on screen for a moment. Our photographer will be taking our group photo. So please be patient. Don't leave yet. The MS Teams.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Another one. One, two, three. Last.
Freestyle. Freestyle.
This guy. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Halimah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for your very, very good cooperation. With that, any lecturers, professor, do you have any 1 or 2 words to say, or it's already done?
Already.
Okay.
Thank you. Well done, yeah.
Frankly speaking, there's one question from Nazmi that I overlooked in the group because he has some problem with his laptop. So never mind. Maybe later you can forward it personally to Mr. Firdaus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
sure,
that okay
sure.
with you, Mr. Firdaus?
Sure,
Right.
sure. No problem.
Thank you, sir. So, alhamdulillah, everyone, with that, tonight's industrial talk is officially ended, concluded. So, have a pleasant evening, stay safe, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Wabarakatuh. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Firdaus.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Mr. Firdaus.
Thank you.
Thank you.